He served the divorce papers across the dinner table, same table where I'd ironed his shirts, balanced his budgets, and pretended not to notice how his phone always faced down lately. The candles flickered between us, untouched. He smiled. Not kindly, never kindly. "Don't make this hard, Anna," he said, voice cold, confident. "You knew this was coming." I didn't. But I'd learned long ago that silence was stronger than shock. So I signed. No tear, no plea. Just the scratch of my pen slicing through 7 years of devotion. He stood, relieved. "You'll thank me someday." Later, I heard him at the bar with his coworkers, his new manager badge gleaming, his laughter sharp. "She was dead weight," he joked. "Promotion came with a cleanse." Their laughter echoed through the walls of that restaurant, and something in me, something soft, finally cracked. But not open, inward. We met in the most cliché way possible. Me, a bank teller on my lunch break. Him, the ambitious new hire in a pressed shirt and easy grin. He said he admired my discipline. I mistook admiration for love. When he spoke of dreams, buying a house, rising through the ranks, I saw partnership. He saw opportunity. I built his foundation, handled his paperwork, covered his overtime with dinners and patience. I encouraged him when others didn't. When he failed the first management exam, I stayed up all night helping him study. He passed the second time. He said he couldn't have done it without me. Funny, he did everything else without me later. I noticed the shift slowly. The late nights became networking. The smiles rehearsed. His cologne lingered longer than he did. And one night, while tidying his desk, I saw a text. "I can't wait till she's gone." Her name was Mia, the regional director's assistant. You'd think my heart broke. It didn't. It froze. I didn't confront him, not then. Confrontation gives power. Control keeps it. So I started listening, watching. The bank taught me one thing: paper trails never lie. When he filed for divorce, I already knew what he'd hide. I knew about the secret account under his sister's name, the bonuses redirected through false reimbursements, the company perks claimed as expenses. I'd prepared, months before, a quiet ledger of every unethical move. Numbers don't shout, they whisper, right into the right ears. The day after I signed those papers, I resigned. Cleanly, professionally, no scene. I left him with his laughter, his promotion, his mistress. He thought I'd disappeared. I had. Into silence. 2 years passed before the first crack appeared in his perfect image. A routine audit, an internal memo, a whisper of discrepancy. He didn't know where it started. He didn't know the documents were traced to an anonymous sender. But he should have guessed. By then, I'd rebuilt myself quietly, moved cities, joined another firm, higher position, higher pay. Ironically, in compliance auditing. When you've been betrayed by manipulation, you learn to see it everywhere, to dismantle it detail by detail. He called once, long after the headlines faded. His voice sounded smaller. "Anna, they're saying I falsified reports. You know I wouldn't." I let the silence stretch. He used to mock my silence. Now it terrified him. I ended the call without a word. Years rolled by. He lost the job, the house, the mistress. Started over at another bank, smaller one this time. I could have stopped there, but karma moves slow. I don't. Through old contacts, I learned he'd been promoted again. Branch manager. Different city, same arrogance. But I also learned he'd applied for a business loan under a fake name, trying to fund some consultancy. He'd used my old digital signature on the forms, a relic from when I'd handled his paperwork. That was his final mistake. I submitted the file, anonymously, to the fraud division, and waited. The day they raided his office, I watched from across the street. He looked older, thinner, that confident smirk long gone. When the officers led him out in handcuffs, he scanned the crowd, lost, desperate. Our eyes met for a fraction of a second. He froze. Recognition bloomed like fear. He mouthed something, maybe, why? I didn't answer. He'd taught me silence. I simply returned the lesson. He tried contacting me again from detention. Letters, calls, pleas, ignored. All of them. He once said I was too quiet for my own good. Turns out, quiet can be lethal when it holds the truth. Now, years later, I still receive occasional updates. His failed appeals, his new lawyer, his debts. He'd traced me once using old bank records, sent an email, just one line. "Did you do this?" I never replied. Because revenge isn't about confession, it's about equilibrium. He took my dignity the day he laughed about me to his coworkers. I took his empire in return. He broke vows, I broke silence. And between the two, silence cuts deeper. People often imagine revenge,